In the bustling heart of Accra, Ghana, stood the Golden Coast Restaurant, a gleaming establishment with glass walls that sparkled under the sun. Wealthy patrons arrived daily in sleek cars, dining on lavish meals served on polished tables. The restaurant's owner, Mr. Kwame Mensah, was a man of immense wealth, known for his sharp suits and polished shoes. His presence commanded respect. Every morning, the staff greeted him with a unified, "Good morning, sir." He would nod, smile briefly, and say, "Carry on," his voice calm but authoritative. Mr. Kwame oversaw a staff of over 50 cooks, servers, and cleaners. Among them was Kofi, a young man who worked tirelessly in the cleaning department. Quiet and unassuming, Kofi swept floors and scrubbed tables with care, his worn-out shoes a stark contrast to the restaurant's opulence. Yet, something about Kofi intrigued Mr. Kwame, though he couldn't quite place it. One humid evening, as the restaurant's lights dimmed and the last customers left, Mr. Kwame stepped out of his office, loosening his tie. He pressed the key fob to unlock his sleek black SUV when he noticed a figure lingering nearby. It was Kofi, standing in his faded brown and gold uniform, hands clasped tightly, eyes cast downward. Mr. Kwame approached cautiously. "Kofi, from the cleaning department, right?" he asked. "Yes, sir," Kofi replied softly, barely meeting his boss's gaze. "Why are you standing here?" Mr. Kwame's tone was curious, not accusing. Kofi hesitated, then spoke, his voice barely above a whisper. "Please, sir, may I take some leftover food home?" Mr. Kwame blinked, surprised. "Just leftovers? That's all you want?" Kofi nodded. "Yes, sir. If there's any." Silence hung between them. Mr. Kwame studied Kofi's tired eyes and worn-out clothes. With a slow nod, he said, "All right, go ahead." Kofi murmured, "Thank you, sir," and hurried back to the kitchen. Mr. Kwame stood by his car, unmoving, his mind racing. Why would someone ask only for food? Not money, not a raise, just leftovers. He climbed into his SUV but didn't start the engine. Instead, he watched the kitchen door, a strange feeling stirring in his chest. Unable to shake his curiosity, Mr. Kwame decided to follow Kofi. It was nearly 10 p.m. when Kofi emerged from the restaurant, clutching two small plastic bags. He walked briskly, unaware of the SUV trailing him at a distance. Mr. Kwame kept his headlights off, following carefully as Kofi boarded a crowded Toro, a local minibus. The Toro wound through Accra outskirts, where streetlights were scarce. After nearly 30 minutes, Kofi disembarked and walked down a narrow, unpaved path. Mr. Kwame parked his SUV and followed on foot, staying in the shadows. The path led to a dilapidated structure, cracked walls, a rusted roof, and broken windows. "This is where he lives," Mr. Kwame whispered, disbelief heavy in his voice. As Mr. Kwame hid in the darkness, the creaky door of the house swung open. Two small boys ran out, barefoot, shouting, "Papa! Papa, you're back!" Kofi dropped his bags and scooped them into his arms, his tired face breaking into a warm smile. "I brought something for you, my boys," he said, its vantage point. Mr. Kwame watched Kofi lead the boys inside. Through a broken window, he saw Kofi sit them on a worn mat, unpacking the leftovers, a small portion of jollof rice and a piece of fish. He carefully divided the food into two portions, placing them on chipped plates. The boys ate eagerly, their eyes bright with joy. Kofi, however, did not eat. He sat cross-legged, watching them with a quiet smile. Mr. Kwame's chest tightened. Tears welled in his eyes as he realized Kofi hadn't taken a single bite. "He's not eating," he murmured, wiping his face. He took the food for his children. Overwhelmed, he turned away, his polished shoes sinking into the dusty ground. The wealth he'd always taken pride in felt hollow now. That night, Mr. Kwame couldn't sleep. The image of Kofi and his boys haunted him. The next morning, he sat in his office, staring out the window. He called the HR manager and said, "Family, we need to do better for our workers. Some are struggling. Raise their salaries, starting this month. No one should go home hungry." The HR manager nodded. "Yes, sir." Alone again, Mr. Kwame whispered, he didn't even eat. He resolved to do more. Kofi, unaware of the change brewing, continued his routine. Each evening, he quietly asked for leftovers, accepting whatever was offered with a grateful smile. He never complained, never asked for more. Mr. Kwame watched from afar, his heart growing heavier with each passing day. One morning, the head cleaner approached Kofi as he mopped the floor. "The boss wants to see you," she said. Kofi's heart raced. Had he done something wrong? He wiped his hands and walked to Mr. Kwame's office, knocking softly. "Come in," Mr. Kwame said warmly. "Sit down, Kofi." Kofi sat, nervous. Mr. Kwame leaned forward, his voice gentle. "I followed you one night, Kofi. I saw where you live. I saw your boys." Kofi's eyes widened. "Sir, I didn't mean." "You did nothing wrong," Mr. Kwame interrupted. "You're a good father. You work hard. I want to help you." The next day, Kofi was called back. Mr. Kwame handed him a letter. "You're promoted to my personal assistant. Your salary will increase significantly." Before Kofi could respond, Mr. Kwame slid a brown envelope across the desk. "I've also secured a small apartment for you and your boys. It's clean, safe, with water and electricity." Kofi's hands trembled as he read the letter. Tears streamed down his face. "Sir, is this real?" he whispered. Mr. Kwame nodded. "You deserve it, Kofi. And your boys will attend a better school. No more begging for food." Kofi fell to his knees, sobbing. "Thank you, sir. God bless you." That evening, Kofi cooked a proper meal, banku and tilapia, for his boys. They sat on a mat, laughing and eating together. For the first time, Kofi ate too, his heart full. The next morning, a shiny car arrived to take them to their new home. The boys ran through the clean, painted house, shouting, "Papa, we have beds. A real kitchen." Kofi stood in the center of the room, whispering, "Thank you, God." Later, his phone rang. It was Mr. Kwame. "Take the day off, Kofi," he said. "Enjoy your new home with your boys." Kofi cooked a meal in the shiny kitchen, the boys' laughter filling the air. Before eating, they held hands and prayed, gratitude overflowing. Their hardships went over, but a new chapter had begun, one filled with hope and kindness. This story reminds us that compassion can transform lives. Kofi worked tirelessly, never complaining, feeding his children before himself. Mr. Kwame, moved by his quiet strength, chose to act, changing a family's future. One act of kindness can light up the darkest paths. What small act can you do today to make a difference? Kindly subscribe, like and share for more thrilling